Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? You doing good? Hey, I feel like someone need a vacation. Do you want some vacation? Who would love to be in vacation right now? Just imagine. Wonderful seashore, sunbathing, maybe a Coke, a Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, I don't know. Enjoy, have a good time. What a good feeling when you have a break after a crazy year. Do you agree with that? And especially if you are in charge of a lot of things in your life. Maybe you have kids, noise every day. Maybe your job is a crazy job, a lot of pressure, a lot of emails. You're tired. You're just tired. Is someone tired here? Yeah, some. Yeah. And I'm just thinking about Jesus. When he was from Galilee to Jerusalem, spending time, everyone wanted to have a special time with Jesus. Always asking Jesus to do something for them. So at the beginning, you try to be very nice, polite, you answer, you try to be nice. But after a while, you get tired. And even Jesus needed a break, a vacation. Let's go to Matthew 15. In Matthew chapter 15, Jesus was looking for a very good time in Lebanon. You know, like when you are, I don't know, where do you want to be in vacation? Maybe in the Mediterranean Sea, maybe go somewhere in Europe. But at that time, the best place to rest was the seashore. So they go west, and be in Tyre, the town of Tyre, and the town of Sidon. And let's read together. Leaving that place, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon, seaside of Lebanon. Okay. Cell phone, close. No more email. Very tired, very quiet time. Maybe just have some chill with his good friends, the disciples. Look what happened. A Canaanite woman came to him and said, crying out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is demon-possessed." Wow. And suffering terribly. So Jesus was out for a break, but as soon as he started to have some quiet time, a woman is crying after him. How do you react when someone is asking you when you're in vacation? And maybe someone here, you online, someone is feeling like, I just want to have a blessing from God. Jesus, it's not a long time, just a word from you. I need God intervention for something. But it was not in God's plan to answer her at that time. Sometime when we pray, we would like God to do something, but it's not in the good timing, in the plan of God. Wow. So how do you react? What is your attitude when you want God to do something for you? What is a good position in your body, in your soul, in your spirit? Let's check what she did. This woman is amazing. In France, we have a famous game named Koh-Lanta. Do you have that in English? Survivor? Something like that? Crazy people. They are so courageous to go through terrible, terrible trials. But many started, few finish. Will you be a finisher? Look at this woman. How she did well. Wow. First, she cried out after Jesus. Jesus did not answer a word. Nothing. He shut up. So his disciples came to him and urged him, send her away. We are tired of her. She keeps crying out after us. So the disciples are not interested in doing something. They wanted her out. They say, Jesus, we are on vacation. She's not on our schedule. She is a foreigner. She's a foreign woman. It's not our job. She's out of God's plan. But she will be so good. Let's check the lesson we can withdraw from what she withdrew from what she's doing. First lesson, check your body position, physical positioning. She started after Jesus, so she was in his back, okay? She was crying out, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. No answer. After, she moved from behind to go next to Jesus. And she said, my daughter is so sick. Answer? Yes, a short answer. He answered, I was sent only for the lost sheep of Israel. So the answer is not good. Sometimes God's answer is not what you want to hear. You're not in God's plan, okay? What would you do if it happens to you? What I would have done, say, okay, Jesus, I kiss you bye-bye. See you in 3 years. It's okay. I'll do it myself. I'm a good person. I'm going to survive by myself. I don't need you. And that's why a lot of people became atheists after a non-answered prayer. In fact, most people, when they tried a prayer to Jesus, maybe one of your closest friends now say, I'm not a believer at all. In fact, once upon a time, he or she prayed very strongly. No answer or bad answer. So now they say, I don't want to talk about religion anymore. This woman, instead of stepping back, she said, okay, Jesus, I was behind you. I was next to you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that. She did. In fact, the woman came and knelt before him. Wow. The position she decided to be in front of him is a position of adoration. I don't know if I talk to someone now. Someone will say, okay, I want it so bad that I'm okay to position myself in humility, say, okay, Jesus, I need you. I'm okay to decide to switch from behind or next to be front of Jesus and kneel on my knees. Are you ready to be on your knees? Because when you're on your knees, that is the best position to trigger God's intervention. When was the last time you went on your knees to ask God to do something? Not just saying, Jesus, please do something, please do something. Okay, adoration. God, I'm on my knees, and I know that you have all power to do what you want now. And I trust you, and I praise you, I worship you, I adore you. When you do that, that is a physical position to trigger God's intervention. You got it? Second, we already have lost half of you. Let's go for the second half. Maybe you online. Second position. It's not the body position now. It's not the physical positioning. It's the soul position. Your emotions, your feelings. Sometimes my feelings can mess up my own plan. I'm going to show you why. Because Jesus answered something so bad. He said, maybe that's the worst verse of the Bible in Jesus' mouth. You know it? Let's read it. Okay, could you turn, please? The woman came and kneeled, and what happened? It is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dog. I'm going to say it again because it doesn't sound like Jesus. Are you okay? It's not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs. I don't know what is your culture, but that sounds a little racist. Do you agree with that? Who are the dogs? If you do that in France now, you have a riot. If you do that in the street next to this place, you may, I don't know about you online, but sometimes, it's some suburb Paris area, woo! Maybe in your downtown, your city, do that. You will need a security guard to take care of Jesus after that. That sounds so rude, so bad. Are you calling me a dog? Come on! Who are you? You Jewish? You think you're better than us? What's wrong with you? You think you're the Son of God? Maybe you're just a racist and I'm against discrimination. Okay, she could have done that. And she would have she would have go back to her place to see her daughter. And what the daughter would ask, Mama, what happened? Man, he was so rude with me. He called us dog. Okay, just a question. Why did you go to him? To have a miracle. What happened? Because your feelings were so strong that you messed up the goal of what you were asking. You were asking for an intervention of God. But sometimes religion, a church, maybe the people next to Jesus, maybe what you think God said about you hurt you so bad. So you say, okay, I'm tired with that. And your emotion, your soul is overwhelmed. And you lose, right now, you're losing the goal of your prayer. Be careful, I'm talking to myself. Ivan, do not mess up. Stay focused on what you're asking God to do. Do not let your feelings take over God's plan or your own goal. You okay with that? if it is so easy, like a train to get out of the rail. Stability. If you want God's intervention, stay focused on the topic you ask. You agree with that? And what she answered, wow. She said to Jesus, it's okay. Yes, it is, Lord. But even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master table. Wow. Oh, guys, she is amazing. She's amazing. I don't want to go too far about why Jesus said that to her. First explanation would be maybe Jesus was very tired. And I don't know, but that sentence sounds rude, but maybe it was not so much in the first century, because now we read the text in the long time after. So maybe we have a cultural gap, I don't know. But this explanation is weak. The second explanation is maybe Jesus is not talking to the girl. Maybe he's talking to the man next to him. And he knows how the disciples were very racist at that time. They hated, the non-Jewish people, they despised them. So maybe instead of talking to the woman, when Jesus talked about the dogs and the children, he was talking about what the disciples were thinking about her. So it was to provoke them and to teach them something. But and why can I say that? It's because the rest of the text, especially the beginning of the text, he was like teaching the disciple not to be too narrow-minded. He wanted to open them. So it's weird. This verse is weird compared to what he said before. So my guess is maybe Jesus did not talk to the woman. He was more talking to the disciple to put a big point of what do they feel in their heart. But maybe it's not a good explanation too. The third explanation is Jesus is doing like a scan of what is inside this woman. He saw that her body was in a position of adoration. He saw that her soul was very stable. She did not allow anger, bitterness, to take over her soul. And thirdly, he was scanning her spirit. And when she answered that sentence, but even a dog can eat the crumb. Wow. That reveals how much she wants God in her life. She wanted an intervention like crazy. But she was not talking just a human language. She was talking in the spiritual language. What is faith language? You know, the language in heaven is faith. Do you believe? When you believe, you talk to God. Faith is God's language. So it's like in a plane. She didn't get a ticket to travel. She was not in the list in God's plane. But because she was so good in her body, in her soul, and in her spirit, he put put her on a list, and she got the business class. Why? Faith. Faith is God's language, and it's so good. And she got the chemistry of the crumbs. She got, like, in a crumb, you have everything God has provided for you. In fact, maybe the disciples are too full with Jesus' teaching. You know, like you and I, maybe we are tired of worship. We are tired of preaching. We are tired of praying. We are tired of, Jesus, we have a lot of that. But she is so hungry for Jesus. Are you? Just a crumb would be enough for me. You know, the disciples, a few days before, they have baskets of bread, because of the multiplication. You know this is what happened before Jesus multiplied bread, and the disciples have too much to eat. Sometimes maybe you and I, we have too much, but someone who wants to trigger God intervention, just a crumb, he will run for a crumb. I'm going to close now. Do you really want God to do something for you? If it's true, position your body. Adoration. God, I'm here, I'm humble, and I'm okay to worship you, even if I do not see now with my eyes what you're going to do. Second, I don't let my feelings take over the reason why I'm here now. I want you to do something in my daughter's life right now. And thirdly, I do not talk in a crazy language, in an emotional language. Maybe crying is not God's language. He can hear you cry. But what touch, the thing that touch God's heart is faith. Do you believe? We're going to close. Please close your eyes right now. And maybe it's a time for you to dare a little prayer. God, I need you so bad that I am okay to put my body in a position of adoration. I'm here, and I do not let my feelings get crazy. On the top of that, I want to talk to you in a spiritual language that is faith. That is the position that triggers God's intervention in your life.